Motor racing is a very visual sport. A large portion of the information that we take in while on track is taken in through our eyes. In this content, I'll describe what the visual field is, describe some techniques to improve and maximize it so we can have a more complete situational awareness while on track, helping us anticipate and respond, being smooth and balanced, finding speed, and being safer for ourselves and those we're on track with. If you like this video, be sure to click subscribe and comment and like below. We'd love to hear from you. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and visit CallToGrid.com to get everything you need to be successful on track. Motor racing is a very visual sport. We take in a large portion of the data we use to get around the track through our eyes. We then use our butt, sensing the chassis below us, and our hands to tell us what the front tires are doing, to help us gauge our brake and throttle inputs throughout the phases of the cornering sequence. The goal of our vision while on track is to gather in as much visual information as we can. We accomplish this by looking as far down the track as possible and through the corner. This allows ourselves more time to develop a plan. We may see that a car is disabled on the racing surface up ahead, and we need to develop a plan as we approach the area. Try this experiment right now. While looking at the screen or monitor you are viewing this from, notice what is in your peripheral vision. Now focus on an object several feet away and notice what is in your peripheral vision. Is there not more information there? Finally, look at an object outside a window a few hundred feet away. Make note of the additional information in your peripheral vision. As you can tell, the farther out you look, the more visual information you have collected. If we were able to see into the future and know about a huge opportunity in the stock market, would we not want to act on this information and invest? By looking as far down the track as possible and gathering in as much visual information as we can, this is exactly what we are doing. We are seeing into the future, allowing ourselves more time to develop a plan. By doing this, we can relax more behind the wheel and are more safe for ourselves and the competitors we are on track with. Consider if you are traveling at 150 miles an hour. You are covering 220 feet in a second. If our eyes are glued to what's immediately in front of us, say 100 feet in front of us, that gives us about a half second to develop a plan and execute it. However, if we were able to look 400 feet down the track, we have now given ourselves 2 seconds to develop a plan and execute it with steering, brake, or throttle input. This is almost enough time to make a cappuccino with a scone on the side and contemplate world peace. It is true, where you look is where you go. Your visual field is simply where you look. Your gauges, competitors near you in your mirrors and peripheral vision, and 500 yards down the track to your next brake zone. Sometimes your visual field may be out the left or right side window. In 2004, I took the Spring Mountain Advanced Driving School. One of the exercises they had us perform was the Serpentine Exercise. Note that bottom image is not from the class, rather it's provided to show how the cones were set up. In this exercise, a set of cones were set up in a straight line, and the windshield covered with a sunshade, forcing us to look out the side windows to spot our visual reference points. The exercise started, and we would look out the right side window, and once we observed the cone, we turned in right. Then looking at the left side window, we would turn in left once that cone was observed. We continued this until we were through all the cones. This is a skill I use often. Double apex corners are one type of corner where the skill is useful. Double apex corners will often loop back 180 degrees, and from this example, even though your primary visual focus is on your turn-in point, you can glance across the track out the right side window and observe your apex. Almost like looking into the next fairway in golf. Here you have extended your visual field by several seconds. Maximize your visual field whenever possible. Now you can relax and anticipate what is coming up. Let's put all this into action in a real-world example. Shown is turn 3 at Road America, approaching the brake zone. Turn 3 is an exit speed corner, followed by a straight. As you approach the braking area, your primary visual focus is on your chosen brake point, but allow your eyes to sweep all the way through the corner to the apex and then to the exit. Here at turn 3, we can see through the trees, through the infield, and past the exit. You have vision here, use it. Now we are at our brake point, and your primary visual focus has shifted to the apex. Your turn-in point is in your peripheral, then shift your eyes back to the apex and through to your exit point. At your apex, your visual focus is now on your exit point. Your apex is in your peripheral, then shift your visual focus down the track to your next visual reference. At the exit, your visual reference is now as far down the track as possible to your next visual reference. In this case, the right side of the Sargento Bridge under the truck tires. And your exit is in your peripheral. To start to summarize, a far visual field allows us to quite honestly look into the future. The farther in time or farther down the track we look, the more time we give ourselves to develop a plan. This helps us slow things down, making us more relaxed inside the helmet and safer for ourselves and others that we are on track with. A smaller or shorter visual field forces us to react to situations rather than anticipate and respond. When your field of vision is short, you react, and you are abrupt with your driver inputs, scrubbing speed. Motorsports is about responding to or anticipating what the chassis is doing or going to do. When you react, you've lost. When your field of vision is longer, you have more data, can anticipate what is coming up, and are smooth and balanced with your inputs and provide the chassis what it needs. When on track at that speed, you don't focus on one thing until you passed it, then move to the next. For instance, you don't stare at your chosen break point, then once you passed it, you move to your turn-in point, then stare at your apex until you passed it before moving to your exit. Our brain has plenty of memory. Use it. When on track, your eyes need to be constantly darting around, taking in information, and storing it so your brain can use it later. At your break point, allow your eyes to follow your desired path through the braking zone all the way to the apex and the exit. As the brakes are applied, your visual field should shift to the corner so that you have a clear mental picture of your desired path into and through the corner. If you got something from this video that you can use right now at the track, click subscribe so you won't miss any of our content designed to help you behind the wheel, in the shop, and in the paddock. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and visit CallToGrid.com where you can get everything you need to be successful on track. As always, peace out, be safe, have fun, and go fast.